How's it, everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a few clips of some delusional ass women who spent their lives believing the wrong people and are now reaping the consequences of such delusions. Let me just clear a few things up before I move any further. There's absolutely nothing wrong with dating in your late 30s and your 40s. Only when you carry your delusional expectations from your early 20s into your 40s, expecting and having these certain preferences as a woman which you had in your early 20s, believing it's totally fine to have that in your late 40s, it's not realistic and it's not going to work. You're going to save yourself a lot of heartbreak and a lot of effort if you realize this now. But with that being said, I'm going to jump right into it.
Life has been more fulfilling for me since my mid-30s than it ever was before that. So just know that your best years are ahead of you and you are never too old and it's never too late.
This is probably the loneliest I've ever felt in my life.
In therapy, and I'm in a codependency group.
You have so much leverage and so many options, I can't even tell you.
When the check came, he asked me for $6.
Are we not opening doors anymore? Are we not doing that?
Never used a dating app in your life? Well, the good news is you're about to have so much fun.
So much fun. Let me just get straight to the point. I've been noticing a pattern of late, especially ever since I moved to the UK, a first world country, which I would assume is predominantly influenced by Western dating culture, whereas I come from a more conservative and traditional country, with the emphasis on more of, because it's not completely, which allowed me to notice this pattern that women are nowadays struggling with dating, especially the older women, because they've been lied to over and over by other women, by other celebrities, and their shitty-ass music and rich influence selling a fake-ass lifestyle. And women's magazines that would say on page 1, you are perfect the way you are, but on page 2, here's the best makeup for angelic-looking skin. And then on page 3, say, how to lose weight, but followed with on page 4, say, delicious cake recipes, all telling them that they are perfect goddesses that every man is dying to be with. However, the reality is it's just simply not true.
And maybe Sunday night we'll go and have a really fun night, something that you want to do. And instead he canceled on me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very hurt. Like, it's just very sad for me, and I'm very sad inside.
Dating for women is so much easier when you are young in comparison to men. I'm talking about serious dating, because women have a list of needs and wants from a relationship, and most of that, if not all, is to be financially taken care of. But in the case of most men, that takes time to build and to achieve in order to provide that. And by the time men can, they naturally will then have more options and would preferably choose younger women. With women at a later stage in life, when reality hits, they realize that it gets much and much harder as you get older. If you maintain the same expectations and delusions you have or had as you were younger, it is nonsense about how their 30s and 40s are the best times ever, because the women following the supposed advice are now coming to regret it. Again, I'm not saying all. If you're not one of these women, well done. You're such a good, strong, and independent girl.
I'm officially done with dating right now. I deleted my apps, taking a break.
When I find that it's becoming too much or starts hurting my feelings or starts feeling like a job, I delete all my dating apps and take a break. And that's how you keep your sanity.
And he said, yeah, I already ate, but if you stopped and picked up some food, I'd eat again. Is the bar that low that you want me to drive to you and buy you food?
It's like ordering takeaway with some dessert on the side, if you know what I mean. My guy plays the game and he's really good at it. But to answer your question, no, it's not that low. Things have changed. Men have changed. Men are adapting and men are no longer simping. Feminists have ruined dating, and quite possibly the dating world has changed forever, and hopeless romantics are paying the price for it, thanks to delusional feminism. The balance of power has shifted as women get older, and they start finding out the hard way that if you're still dating at that age as a woman, it's going to be way more difficult to keep a guy. I've noticed that most women take any form of rejection as somehow a loss for the guy, but yet never seem to reflect inward on how they might be coming short.
Men who are unable to be honest, men who are unable to communicate.
So I just looked at Bumble this morning, and he's deleted his account. What is going on in this world? Absolutely his loss.
Oh really? his loss. What exactly did he lose, princess? Case in point, another bullshit scenario, another bullshit excuse, and another bullshit delusion. I noticed firsthand women telling each other lies to protect each other's feelings and delusions by saying things like, each to their own, good for her, you deserve better, he just can't handle you, he's just got a lot of short dick energy, when it's actually not, and you know it. As long as you're having fun, sometimes fun comes at a cost. Getting fucked on ecstasy and cocaine seems like fun at the moment too, but is it really? Most women avoid crucial conversations, especially if it involves criticism.
Attract whatever you want and whoever you want just by being you.
Activate your inner goddess, your goddess energy.
I want a man that is going to provide for me, that's going to treat me like a princess, that's going to be loyal.
You don't have high standards. You just haven't met someone yet who is willing to put in the time and effort to meet your standards.
So I know that I am worth more and that I deserve more. And the thing is like I am incredibly giving and kind and loyal and sweet and funny, and I'm emotionally intelligent.
Step into your goddess energy.
This way of thinking works out when you're young and in your 20s, having every single guy chasing you and simping over you and obsessed over you. But the truth is that women tend to date up in age, whereas men tend to date down in age. However, as women get older, and their list of demands gets more ridiculous, and they happen to meet guys that meet all of these requirements, these men tend to not only have many more options to choose from, but they are starting to ask themselves, what do these women now offer, other than a smile and a long list of demands? Harsh, I know, but it's simply the reality of things.
Tonight was the first official date with, I'm going to call him Superman.
Well, that didn't age well. I think I'm being ghosted. Date 3, I wouldn't sleep with him. I actually asked him if he was emotionally available, to which he replied, no, I don't think I am. And well, it sort of downward spiraled from there.
Maybe she was lucky and actually found a super nice man and all. However, he selected her as just one of many options, as I'm sure she did the same, or used to do, or would have done when she was younger.
Well. How the turntables...
And that's why he bounced when he saw that she wanted something serious. Men are changing. Things are changing. Dating is changing.
Because I assumed that we were exclusive, but I asked him if he was talking to anyone else or seeing anyone else. And he said, well, am I going on dates? No, but I'm talking to other women. And I was like shocked. Absolutely shocked. And probably really brokenhearted because I probably could have, things could have gone great.
Honestly, I laughed at this because she couldn't possibly fathom the idea that the guy would be talking to other women. I'm going to keep it real. Normally men are doing a little bit more than just talking. And this is what happens when you buy into the queen, boss babe, and goddess mentality that is being sold to you by every other woman around you, being convinced that you would be the center of his universe and that dating as a woman in your 30s and 40s would be so much fun, without realizing that you are competing against younger women that might possibly actually want something serious.
So much fun.
So much fun, right? I've said this many times before, that men normally are being taught how to treat women whilst growing up. Open the door, buy her flowers, be romantic. But women are not taught how to treat men and what men want and like. So yeah, you may do what you want as you please, but there are consequences to that. As men are taught, if you do not treat a woman in a certain way, provide for her, or spoil her, you may lose her. We are told that where women aren't, but instead are being told you deserve better, he can't handle you, or his loss. Again, where's the accountability? This is the reason why men improve in life, because they look at someone fit and built and see it as goals and work hard to achieve it. If they have a particular body that they want, they don't think it as unrealistic body expectations. They see it as a goal and they go for it. Whereas women look at fit and healthy celebrities and influencers and think of it as unrealistic body expectations, not even goals or not even something to strive towards. They just drop it and say, I'm perfect, I'm a perfect 10, I'm perfect as is, I do not need to improve. You cannot expect to have a traditional man if you are not a traditional woman, or to actually at least even be willing to now try and be a traditional woman. I have noticed a pattern where women tend to be interested in a man's future, but men are interested in a woman's past. Anyway, all women can still get many dates, I'm sure, but just understand one thing. When you were younger, you had options. Men now have options in their later life as they've built up their worth and value, whereas before they weren't even being considered and had to compete against other other more settled and more successful men who have spent years building their worth and value. So now men having an established career, they now too have options and naturally want a younger woman, and probably to possibly start a family with. The key thing men want from a woman is her to be fit and healthy, especially young, fit, and healthy.
In the text, he told me that he was still with his current GF, despite the fact that when he'd broken up with me, he told me he never wanted to be in a long-term relationship again. And then he shared that she has been with women before and has a threesome fantasy. And naturally, he thought of me, and he wanted to know if I was single and possibly interested.
This guy had no problem sleeping with her, but he straight up told her, I don't want a girlfriend. That's good communication skills, right? That's something all women are talking about, isn't it? At least he didn't ghost her. He soon went off and found an actual girlfriend who I'm assuming is younger and fitter than she is. I always get hated on for saying this, but this is unfortunately a sad reality for most women who are dating as they get older or are dating after a divorce. This is just the start of the ridiculous and terrible lies and advice being given, because to add on to this false and delusional fantasy of dating in your 40s as being easy and fun, women are also telling other women to definitely not do things that men actually appreciate or look forward in a woman. Instead, do this and be free. You will find someone that can handle you. And this is where it completely blows my mind. So instead of listening to men and hear what they like, what they want, are interested in, or attracted to, women are being told not to listen to this and instead listen to fellow women on what men want and need. What? Otherwise, you're supporting the supposed patriarchy. Shut the fuck up. If a man says what he wants, you just don't tend to listen. You ask women, what do men want? And then women will give you the absolute wrong advice. Don't be that person.
I texted him saying that I was done. I didn't hear from him. I texted him again saying, hey, are we gonna hang out? And nothing. And it was, I would say painful, but that wasn't the right word. I was living in a sea of pain.
Super fun.
I had no more heart to break.
Alright everyone, that's it for this video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.